everyone, Chivos here, bringing you another Hyundai A-League fixture preview for the fixtures of week 22. Now, it's a huge week for me. I hope it is a big week for you as well. If it is, if you're excited, don't forget to smash the like button. But let's talk about this weekend's fixtures. Now, the first game of the weekend will see Brisbane Roar take on Western Sydney Wanderers in one of the biggest games of the season. If Western Sydney grab a win here, they could get a really good lead, and they could nearly be uncatchable. It really depends on Adelaide United. But on the other hand, Brisbane Roar, they need the win. They can't go without the win. If they don't get the win, Western Sydney go what? 6 points clear of Brisbane with 6 games to go. Very hard. They'd need Western Sydney to lose, and I don't see that happening. They are performing extremely well. The only dark horse is Adelaide United, who have found their form and they can still keep up. But Brisbane Roar, their squad, they welcome Clutton Brady to the first team squad with no apparent outs. Good news for Brisbane, a full strength squad. On the other hand, Western Sydney Wanderers welcome Hamill, Mabratu, Pepper, and Aspro, or as we know him on this channel, Aspropotamus. See, I'm getting there. To the first team squad, while Topol, Stanley, and Vidicic are unavailable for the fixture. Topol Stanley has picked up a suspension, which is huge. It is huge. He's their captain. He's their man. Without him, they struggled last time. Can they perform again? They didn't perform without him last time. They need a performance today. This weekend really. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow night. But they need a performance. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be high scoring, and it's going to be 2-2. I'm calling it now. Western Sydney aren't going to win. Brisbane Roar will put up a fight. McLaren needs a goal. Maybe Enrique too. They're both misfiring a bit. So goals needed for Brisbane. They're going to find the back of the net, but so are Western Sydney. Now, the second game of the weekend sees Wellington Phoenix take on Adelaide United. Wellington managed a good upset against Melbourne City last weekend, while Adelaide United I wish I had words. Melbourne City obviously suffered to Wellington Phoenix last weekend, which is great. Wellington Phoenix needed the win. It still keeps them in finals contention. Adelaide United, on the other hand, the dark horse of the league. They were rock bottom after, I think it was 9 games. They were going nowhere. They looked dead. Now they sit in second, 2 points behind top of the table. And I do believe they still have to play each other in the run-in. So, huge that Adelaide United don't drop points here. And even if Western Sydney Wanderers pick up a draw this weekend, Adelaide get a win, they could take top of the table. That's how big this weekend is. It is probably the biggest weekend of the whole season. It's huge. I mean huge. Now, Wellington Phoenix welcome Blake Powell and Hamish Watson to the first team squad with no apparent outs. Wellington Phoenix almost back to full strength after their injury crisis midway during the season. So Wellington Phoenix starting to look strong. On the other hand, we have Adelaide United, who welcome LaRocca and Puddler to the first team squad. They also have no apparent outs. Adelaide United will field a full strength squad. They're going to go for the win. They need it to really claim the title. This is make or break for Adelaide. If they lose against Wellington, it could be their season done. I wouldn't expect to see them, but they are hoping for a Western Sydney Wanderers loss or a draw even, and Adelaide United need a win. Now, they are the team in form. They are hunting for the title, but Wellington Phoenix, on the other hand, do know how to cause an upset, and Wellington Phoenix are playing at home. Wellington Phoenix have been quite good at home. Adelaide United, though, they're in form, unbeaten in 16, I think it is now. No chance of being beaten. If anything, Adelaide United will win. Wellington might get a consolation. It's going to end in a 2-1 win for Adelaide United. The third game of the weekend sees Melbourne City take on Sydney FC. Now, both teams were unable to win last weekend, and both need to start finding results during the run-in. Both teams really struggled last weekend. Sydney with the draw, they did quite well. On the other hand, Melbourne City lost against Wellington Phoenix. Not good for their season, especially with Perth, Newcastle, and Wellington so close to the top 6 now. Every game is a must-win game. Melbourne City welcome Chapman and Navio to the first team squad, while they have no apparent outs. Full strength for Melbourne City. They're going to be bagging that win. I reckon they could do it. Sydney FC, on the other hand, Anderson, Hull, Normuth, Abbas, Blackwood, Tavares, and Mullen are introduced to the first team squad. 7 names. 7. That's huge. Why is there 7? Because they have many players out. Ryle, Brosk, Carney, Fati, and Grant all out for the fixture. 3 of their starting defenders, 3 out of 4 are gone. The only one they have left is German. Yes, he's been playing very well. Can he play without the other 3 though? I don't know. Carney managed the equaliser for Sydney FC against Melbourne Victory last weekend. He's suspended. He's not going to be there. It is going to leave them a bit of a lack of attack up the front. Also, Brosk not going to be there either. It's huge. It's a huge weekend for Sydney FC. Dimitrovic gonna have to put in a performance. Doesn't have a choice. Now Sydney FC, they need a win. Without a win, they could easily drop out of the top 6. No doubt about it. Melbourne City, on the other hand, they want to win. They are technically still in title contention, but without a win, they're not going to do it. You know, Aaron Moy in form. Although they lost last weekend, they did. He did bag a goal, which is fantastic to see. Aaron Moy slowly creeping up the goal scoring chart. Has killed the assist this season. No one is catching him. Aaron Moy, the marquee player, is the man to watch for this fixture. He should run the midfield, and really he should give Fornaroli and the VO so many chances, considering that the back four is going to be makeshift. So, how I see it, Fornaroli hasn't scored in 2-3 weeks now. He needs a goal. He's going to get one. Navio, on the other hand, he's back after his dispute. I'll tell you what, he is going to be all right. I reckon he could grab an assist here. I reckon Melbourne City are going to win this result. It's going to be 2-0. It could even be 3-0. Depends on how Aaron Moy is feeling on the day. But Melbourne City are going to be the winners for this fixture. The fourth game of the weekend sees Central Coast Mariners take on my team, Melbourne Victory. Now, Central Coast are at the foot of the table. They are unable to make the final series, so their season is already over. We calculated in my fixture review that's come out today. I think it came out today. Might have come out yesterday. Might have come out today. You'll have to watch that video. But they can only get I think it's 18 points and they need 19 to be able to get finals contention. It's not happening. Central Coast, I'm sorry, your season's done. You started it way too late. Lewis Garcia was a good move, but it hasn't worked out. So better luck next year. It's that simple. Melbourne Victory, on the other hand, we need a win. We don't have a choice. If we don't win, we could be out of finals contention. We need finals. No doubt, we need it. The thing is, though, we failed to capitalise on a 10-man Sydney FC. We conceded against a 10-man Sydney FC last weekend. Disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. So, we need to turn around. Gajewski, I've been dissing the hell out of him the last couple of weeks, and I'll tell you what, he missed a very good opportunity in the dying embers of last weekend. He needs to perform this weekend, otherwise drop him. I don't care. He needs to be performing. Now, the other hand, Central Coast welcome Poscaliero, Ferreira, Stella, Fletcher, and O'Donovan, who's finally back after his 8-week suspension. They're all back. So could O'Donovan help with the attack at Central Coast? I don't know. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. Melbourne Victory, looking good. Jeria, Ansel, Macaronis are welcome to the first team squad. Barbarousis is suspended for the next 2 A-League fixtures. The match review panel, whoever they are, have turned around and said he did a bad tackle in the Sydney FC game, 2-week suspension. Do I agree with it? No. But it's football. Central Coast are going to be without Montgomery, Bahaja, and Berry. Doesn't really make a difference, though. In my opinion, it doesn't make a difference. Central Coast, you're done. Can you maybe hold us to a point? It's possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. Do you know why? Because we are Melbourne Victory. We are doing well in the Champions League, and we're going to bring that form into the league. I can see my team, Melbourne Victory, winning this result comfortably 2-0. And the final game of the weekend sees Perth Glory take on Newcastle Jets. Now, Perth Glory were unable to beat top of the table Western Sydney last weekend. It did stop their unbeaten run, which is a shame, but they still have a chance. I'll tell you that now. They're only 2 points off Sydney FC. They can still get up there. Newcastle Jets, on the other hand, they managed to win only a 1-0 against Central Coast, which is a bit worrying, but they are now unbeaten in their last 4 games. So Newcastle have found some late season form, way better than last season, and they still are, I think they're only 4 points off Sydney FC, so things could still go Newcastle's way. with 7 fixtures, six, 7, 6. I think it's 6 fixtures, 7. You know what I'm talking about. It's week 22, 7 fixtures left. So Newcastle could do it. Perth Glory, they could also do it. Finals is that close this season. It's ridiculous. But Perth Glory welcome Julbich, Rayners, and Williams to the first team squad, while Warren is the only player unavailable for Perth Glory. On the other hand, we have Newcastle Jets. They welcome Pavicevic and Kito to the first team squad with no apparent outs. Newcastle Jets are going to be fielding a full strength squad. It does worry me, but I think they should be good. Perth Glory, on the other hand, should be able to field a full strength squad. Julbich coming back is huge for them. Aaron Williams as well. Without Warren, I don't think it's that big a deal. I think they should be alright without him. And what can I say? Both teams need this win. It's going to help them get into the top 6. Perth Glory especially, they can get up there. Newcastle, I'm not doubting them, but they have to perform. They don't have a choice. They need to almost win every game for the rest of the season. Now, Newcastle are in the better form. Perth Glory are going to do it. It's going to be a 2-1 win for Perth Glory. And the best thing about this weekend is I'm actually going to the Perth Glory Newcastle Jets game. It is on the Monday. It's a public holiday in Australia, so I'm going to go to it. Will I make a vlog about my trip? I'm going to try to. I'll tell you that now. I will try to do it. I'm quite excited by it. It's going to be a long journey. Hopefully we can get a vlog for the trip. Maybe we do a vlog for the trip and the game, or separate. But I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm definitely going though. I'm pumped. Let's see what is going to be my second ever football match. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Yes, it's only the A-League. Yes, it's not the two best teams, but it's a big match for both teams. They're going to be fighting for it. So I hope it lives up to expectation. But they are my preview. This is my preview. They are my guesses for this weekend. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments section below. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to see more Hyundai A-League content. And hopefully I catch you guys on another video.